Good morning. Welcome to Sky Yoga. I'm Stephanie. This will be a half-hour session focusing on hamstrings and hips. It's great for pre or post gardening. So we're going to start in a cross-legged position, maybe half lotus if you're able. If you always sit in the same cross-legged position, maybe you can switch it up, even if it's just for a minute and then you go back. That will help you pursue symmetry. So sitting tall with your chest lifted, hands resting, shoulders relaxed. Take a few deep, slow breaths. And then we'll take a few cleansing breaths. Wonderful. Let's stretch the neck. So drop your chin to your chest. And then roll your chin from shoulder to shoulder in a big half circle. And if you're able, make that a full circle. But if that hurts, go back to the half circle. If you did the full circle, change direction, go a couple times both ways. Oh, wonderful. And now open the arms wide, big inhale, reach up high. Exhale down. Inhale high, stretching the fingertips and the arms. Exhale down. And this time we'll pause at the top. Join your palms, interlace your fingers, turn them to the sky. Pause here and rotate your torso. Breathing. Stretching throughout the waist and the back. And then exhale down. Roll the shoulders, inhale up, exhale down. And then change direction. All right, and now we'll come down to hands and knees and do a few cats and cows. So we begin in a neutral tabletop back, hands and knees roughly the same width apart. We're going to exhale, arching the back up into cat, push back onto the heels, exhale fully. Then bend the elbows and pull forward, tilting the hips up into cow, and then just keep flowing through that with your breath. Pause in the backward part of this stretch. Widen your knees, touch your big toes, and we'll come down into child's pose. Stretching the back, stretching the inner thighs. And then come back up and we'll do a little drunken cow, my favorite. So from tabletop, we just swirl the body around, way forward, way back. Really feeling that stretch in the hips. And then change direction. Big breaths, big movements. and then swing forward into an ab stretch. You can do this with arms upright, called up dog, or you can come down on your elbows into Sphinx. And gently sway your torso, stretch your abs. And then come back up into seated. We'll sit cross-legged. I think I'm warm enough to take off my socks now. All right, actually we're gonna sit in Baddha Konasana, bound angle, bringing the soles of the feet together. Pull your feet in close to you, pressing your knees down. Feel the stretch in the inner thighs. Lift the back and the chest. Let your legs and knees relax downward. And then with the thumbs, open the balls of the feet. Wonderful. And now we're going to leave the left leg folded in and extend the right leg. Just reach out toward your toes. Maybe you're touching your shin or your ankle, maybe your toes. And just allow your leg to relax down into the mat. Gently bend your elbow. Breathe. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. And now we're going to arch the left arm overhead for a side bend. And then bring your left hand to your right arm, maybe your right hand, whatever works for you. Your torso is now oriented towards your leg and your foot. And you can bend your elbows even just a little more to get a little more stretch in your hamstring. If you're able to hold your toes, then relax your ankle and you'll get more of a calf stretch. And release, sitting back up. We're going to fold the right leg in, extend the left leg out. And same thing, it's 3 steps. So first you just reach toward your foot, touching whatever you reach. Relaxing the leg down, relaxing the upper body toward your leg. And then we'll create that side bend with the right arm. And then rotate your torso to face your leg and foot, relaxing everything down, gently bending your elbows. And sit up, very nice. Let's come down on the back and hug the knees in for a back stretch. Rocking side to side. You may feel this in your outer hips as well. And then we're going to extend the legs straight up. You may want to put your hands under your hips if you have any low back issues here. And we're going to climb the tree. Just reach up as high as you can. Grab the highest point you can with your legs straight. Maybe you're grabbing your ankles or shins. And then we're going to grab just one leg and let the other one down. So grab, say, your right leg, let your left leg down, relaxed, and just gently pull your right leg towards you. So I'm feeling the stretch in the right hamstring as well as the front of the left hip, the hip flexor. You can rotate your foot here. Feel the stretch in your shins. This is great after running if you have shin splints, rotating your foot, especially if your foot can be in the air. And then pull that knee into your chest, hug it tight. And with your right hand, grab your right shin. We're going to open it out to the side. Feel the stretch in your left front hip flexor. You can actually place your hand there on your left hip to keep that left hip down. And then pull the right knee in again, hug it tight, and switch hands. Now your left hand is on your right knee, and you're gonna pull that knee across your body. Your foot stays behind your thigh, and you're looking over your right shoulder for a full twist of the back. So just pulling your right knee towards the floor. Breathe. And then roll back to center and give that knee one more hug before you send it away and bring the left knee up. So hug your left knee. And then with the left hand open. And then hug to center again and switch hands. So your right hand grabs your left knee, your left foot stays behind your right thigh, and you roll your knee towards the floor and then look away over your left shoulder. And then roll back to center, hug both knees. Bring your feet to the floor and we'll do bridge pose. So feet are close to your body, hands are by your sides, and lift your hips up high. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to lift your rib cage off the mat. Feel the stretch in your abs, feel the work in your glutes. And then release your arms out and roll your back down as slowly as you can. Nice and slow. And when your tailbone hits the floor, hug your knees again and rock. Good, and now we'll roll to one side and push up to seated. And rock the baby. This is great for the hips as well. So we're gonna pick up your left foot in your left hand and stick that heel somewhere on your right forearm. So maybe it starts at your wrist, or maybe you're able to get up to your elbow. And then wrap your left arm around your knee. And if this is too difficult for you, you can bring both forearms underneath like a forklift and pull your leg in close to you. So just like it sounds, we're gonna rock the baby. And I'm really feeling this in the outer left hip. So we begin rocking side to side, and we can go to and fro. Giving those hips a good stretch. And then grab your left foot in your left hand and extend it fully. Feeling the stretch throughout, calf and hamstring. And then fold it in and we'll rock the other baby. So bringing your right heel to somewhere on your left forearm. So you can wrap your hands around your shin, or maybe you bring your forearms under your shin. And it's perfectly normal for one side to be much harder than the other. If you've got some kind of stiffness or old injury, or we're just asymmetrical, we have to face that. So rocking your baby gently to and fro. Side to side. And then grab your right foot in your right hand and fully extend that leg. If you're holding your toes, allow your ankle to relax too. And come on down. Now we'll do windshield wipers for the hips. So feet are in front of you, nice and wide, at least as wide as your mat. Hands are behind you, and we're gonna roll the knees down so that your inside knee can come all the way down close to your heel. That's why they need to be nice and wide. So loosening up the hip joints. And then the next time both knees are facing to the right, we're going to bring your left and right arms together in front of your right knee and come down. So you can rest your head on your arms, on your hands, on your stacked fists, whatever. You just need to relax into this position and allow your body weight and gravity to compress your right hip into the ground. Let your low body relax fully. And then straightening your arms, come back up again. Your left arm comes back behind you. We'll do a couple of swipes. Make sure your knees are nice and wide. And then we'll go the other way. So now it's your right arm that comes around in front. And you're resting your head on your hands or your stacked fists. Relax the lower body and breathe. And then straighten the arms and come back up. Right arm behind you, and a couple more swipes. All right, and now we'll do head to knee pose for the hamstrings. So both legs are out in front of you. Let's flex the ankles, stretch the feet. I'm trying to get my feet in the frame. There we go. All right, flex the ankles, stretch the toes, sit up straight. We're gonna inhale high, and then exhale down, reaching towards your feet, relaxing your legs. Gently pulling your upper body towards your lower body. And kind of take a mental snapshot of where you are in this pose. And we'll compare after we stretch each leg individually. So this is your before pose. And then we'll slowly come back up to seated. And we're going to fold the left leg in and focus on the right leg for a moment. So the key to this pose is aligning your torso with your leg, because right now your torso is kind of facing in between your legs. So bring your right hand under your right hip and pull your right hip back. And now your torso and legs should be aligned. And we'll inhale up and exhale forward. Allowing your leg to relax and stretch. Gently pulling your toes back if you're able. Relax your ankle, relax your hamstrings. Gently pull forward. And release, sitting slowly back up. We'll fold the right leg in, extend the left leg out. And again, right now the torso is facing in the middle, and we're gonna align it. So bring your left hand under your left hip, pull your left hip back, and now your torso and thigh should be better aligned. We'll inhale up and exhale forward. Relax your hamstrings, relax your ankle. Bend a little further forward, gently. And then slowly sit up, and now we'll do our after pose, comparing. So both legs out in front, inhale high, exhale forward. Do you feel any closer to your feet? Do you feel any more relaxed now that we stretched both legs? And sit back up tall. Nice. We'll do just a few standing poses to conclude. So bringing your feet up in front of you nice and wide, we're going to lift the torso off the floor into little squat. Use your elbows to push your knees away. Sink into that stretch. Let your inner thighs stretch. If this is easy for you, try coming knuckle to knuckle. That will give you a couple more inches of stretch. And then we're going to drop the hands and lift into forward fold. So feet are parallel, straight under your hips. And just relax your upper body down. And now we're going to bring your feet together and cross your left foot over your right foot. And let your upper body hang. Feeling the stretch now in the back of the right leg. Gently uncross your feet, keep your balance. And then we'll cross the right foot just outside the left foot and hang. And uncross again. Now we're going to bring your right hand to your left ankle, shin, foot, whatever you can reach, and lift your left arm high. This is called Rishi's twist. Breathe. Feel the stretch in the backs of both calves and both knees. And then we're going to switch. Left hand comes down to your right ankle, right arm rises high. And then drop both arms, grab your elbows and sway. Shift your weight forward into the balls of your feet. We're not going to lift the heels, just shift your weight forward into the balls of the feet. Hover there, and then shift your weight back into your heels and hover there. And then we're going to heel toe out into a nice wide angle stance, as wide as you feel safe in. I don't want you falling or slipping. Toes are pointed out to the corners. Bring your hands down to the mat and check in with your back. We're wanting a tabletop back or maybe a slight cow back. So the tendency is to arch the back. See if you can drop down. Drop your shoulders. Feel the stretch in the backs of your legs. And then slowly walk your hands forward as if you were setting up for down dog, except that we have our legs wide. And then push back, drop your head down between your elbows. And I'm feeling a lot of stretch in my calves. We're trying to get the back and arms into one long straight line with the head in the middle. And then walk your hands slowly back up and heel toe your feet back in and come back down to the mat. Nicely done. Okay, sitting cross-legged again. We'll finish with a little twist. So taking your right arm outside your left knee, take your left arm behind you and look over your left shoulder. Come back to center, sit up tall, and we'll go the other way. Left hand comes outside your right knee, right hand behind you, looking over your shoulder. Come back to center. Inhale high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Namaste.